A very interesting case there involving a small business and a chef in a takeaway in Ballyjamesduff in County Cavan. Very interesting. The chef worked 73 hours a week, but he had to repay most of the wages that he was awarded or that he had earned to the employer, but he has been awarded €155,000 by the Workplace Relations Commission. Can you imagine running a takeaway or any small business and having an employee bring a claim against you and win 155,000? I think that would put an end to most small businesses. Let's have a look at the facts in this case. The Chinese chef who came here from China, he was often left with €60 after paying off debt related to work permit and recruitment, the WRC was told. And you cannot charge a person like this employer did, to bring him from China and obtain a work permit. It's an offence to do so. So the Chinese national, he worked up to 73 hours a week at a County Cavan takeaway, but routinely had to repay almost all his wages, has been awarded €154,828. He told the WRC hearing in April how he worked between 6 and 7 days a week. He was often left with just €60 after paying back most of his wages to settle a debt of more than €30,000 related to his recruitment and provision of an Irish work permit. And such fees are prohibited under the rules of the permit scheme. The WRC adjudication officer, Shea Henry, awarded him compensation for breaches of various pieces of legislation, including the Former or the Payment of Wages Act and the Employment Equality Act. The total included €43,582.48 for underpayment of wages, €60,000 for discrimination, and €21,922.52 for breaches of the national minimum wage legislation. Other payments included sums for inadequate breaks, lack of holidays, and a failure to pay Sunday or public holiday premiums. So there was a lot of claims here against the employer, rightly so. The man, Mr. Gao, G-A-O, he was represented by the Migrants' Rights Centre of Ireland at the proceedings, moved to Ireland in 2022 after asking Ming Gao for a job at his restaurant on Main Street, Ballyjamesduff. And this man operates both Lamb's Asian cuisine and Eskimo pizza. The mothers of the two men knew each other, and the chef said he was offered a job on condition he paid about €30,600 as a recruitment fee, and this sort of payment is prohibited in Irish law. He subsequently moved to Ireland, where he was to be employed from the start of August 2022, working 39 hours a week for €14.79 an hour. He was also to be provided with accommodation at the address, but his English was poor, he said, and his terms were not set out for him in his own language. He was initially employed directly by Ming Gao and later by Eskimo Gao Ming Limited, Eskimo Gao Ming Limited, and Ming Gao's wife represented the company at the WRC hearing. She said that the man was treated well, he worked the hours agreed and took regular breaks. But she said he borrowed money and had debts back in China, which her husband's family helped him to deal with. He said he was often required to repay substantial portions of his wages to the employer, and he provided evidence of a payment of about €10,000 made to the mother of his employer in China, all of which he said related to the €30,000 recruitment fee. He said he felt intimidated during his time at the restaurant, and he did not leave until the start of August last year, in part because Ming Gao was holding his passport. He was subsequently returned after the intervention of a member of An Garda Síochána. In his decision, the adjudicator said he found the accumulation of facts presented to him by the complainant persuasive, and he described the discrimination aspect of the case, he said, was very serious. Reacting to the decision, Sylvia Nowakowska, the MRCI Workplace Rights Coordinator, said more must be done to protect workers in the employment permit system from going through what had happened to Mr. Gao. Now, I don't know what the employer is going to do about this decision. whether they're going to appeal it to the Labour Court or not, 155 grand is going to close most businesses. Whether this man ever gets the money or not remains to be seen. As I say, the employer is perfectly entitled and free to go to the Labour Court with an appeal, but that is what happened in this case. The Chinese chef has been awarded €155,000 by the WRC. So if you're an employer and you're facing claims at the WRC, then you need to take them seriously, because the WRC has the teeth and has the power and has the authority and has the jurisdiction to make very significant awards. And if I, as a small business owner, face an award against me of 155,000, I'll tell you, I'd be scratching my head as to how I would deal with it. But anyway, that's not my problem, that's his problem, the Chinese restaurant owner from Ballyjames in Cavan. Hope you liked the video. If you do, hit the thumbs up button down below. Thanks. And this video is based on the reporting from the Irish Times, Emmett Malone in the Irish Times.